Hi guys, in this video we're looking at factorising quadratic equations. Very important topic this one, you'll see it many times over the next few years, especially in exam times. Now we're going to be factorising these quadratics using a very nice method called the Fox family method. So 2 questions in this video to show how it's done. Question 5. Now this is a personal favourite of mine, this topic. We're going to be factorising quadratics, so we have 2 examples here. Let's just first look at what this word is, quadratic. So previously you might have been dealing with linear lines, which the highest power of an x is 1. So you might have had, say, y equals 3x plus 1. Then you might have gone and graphed that and see what it looked like. Now we're looking at quadratics and we have an x to the power of 2. So basically quadratics is just a fancy way of saying the highest power in your formula is 2. Now a linear line you would have dealt with a straight line. These quadratics, like this one here, will be a curved line, like a smiley face or a frown face. But we're going to be dealing with sketching them later on. Okay? So, how to go about factorising these quadratics? Well, guess what? I've got a very nice method. It's called the Fox family method. It's a bit of a secret method, passed down through generations in our family. Got passed along by our dad when we were in school, I think in year 9, and it is a foolproof method of factorising quadratics. So you're in for a treat today. Now, what is the form of a quadratic? You probably have seen this in your textbook. A quadratic is in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? So using this first example, now you should do this every time. On the right hand side of your page, a is 1, because when you have x squared, that's the same as 1x squared. B is 7, and c is 6. Okay? Now, here comes the Fox family method. That's the first step. The second step is to draw this diagram. 2 boxes. From there, you're going to draw 2 lines out, and we're going to be writing some numbers on top of these lines. Now, this box here on the left will be a times c, and this box here down below will be b. Now, I want you to put a times sign here and an addition sign there. Now, when you're at home, practice this a few times. I want you to commit this to memory. Okay, now let's go put these numbers in the box. We've got a times c, so inside this box will be 1 times 6. And this b here will just be 7. Now, what are we doing with this times and addition sign? Well, we need to find 2 numbers that we're going to be writing on top of these lines that will times to give 6 and add to give 7. Okay? So 2 numbers. Well, let's look at numbers that times to give 6. You got 3 times 2 and you have 6 times 1. Now, will 3 and 2 add to give 7? No, that adds to give 5. What about 6 and 1? Spot on. There we go. So our 2 numbers here will be 6 and 1. Next step you do, you just write x plus this number here. And same for this one, x plus 1. And there are our 2 brackets. So our final answer will be x plus 6. You bring them together, x plus 1. So we have factorised this quadratic into bracket form pretty easily using this Fox family method. Let's go and have a look at the second one now. Let's write out our numbers on the right. So you have a equals 1 again. And in the next question, we're going to look at how to do it when a equals a number not 1. You use the same method, and question 6 will deal with that. B is minus 2, and you have c equals 1. So let's go draw up a diagram. Now, I've done this so many times, I can do it in my sleep now. B. Let's put our times here and our addition here. Now we're going to have a times c. So 1 times 1 is 1. And for b is minus 2. So let's look at numbers that will times to give 1 and add to give minus 2. So if we have, let's look at all the numbers times to give 1. I actually had a bit of a stumble there myself. I forgot about this one here. So if you have minus 1 times minus 1, you're going to get 1. A negative times a negative is a positive. And that also adds to give minus 2. So we're on track there. So let's put our bracket now. Now notice here I did x plus 6. Whatever this sign here is the sign in front of this. So if this is 6, it's positive 6. This one is minus 1. So we're going to have x minus 1. And this one here will also be x minus 1. So our final answer will be x minus 1, x minus 1. So there we go. Fox family method. Now we're going to be doing this quite a bit over the next few questions, but there's the introduction to it. Now just as a side note, this x minus 1, x minus 1, it is the right answer, but we can go one step further. They're both the same. They're both the same term, so we can write that as x minus 1 all squared.